2022 Land Rover Defender V8, totally overrated. The supercharged 518 horsepower Land Rover Defender is completely unnecessary but very entertaining. In terms of horsepower, too often is nearly right. The current version of the Land Rover Defender P400, with its 395 horsepower super and turbocharged 3.0-liter inline-six, already produces what many consider to be adequate performance for something so big and boxy. The 25,773-pound four-door version of the 110 to 60 miles per hour in 6.3 seconds. But the new 2022 Defender V8 model, with its 518 horsepower supercharged 5.0-liter engine, carries enormous character and should shave at least a second off that time. With a six-figure starting price, this new top-range variant proves that the Defender only gets better with more cylinders under the hood. Compared to the lesser Defender, the V8's visual cues are limited, such as slightly thicker body cladding, small badges at the base of the doors, and a quad exhaust tucked under the rear bumper. There are also blue brake calipers up front. But the V8's deep burble at startup is by far the strongest hint that this is no ordinary Defender. Jaguar Land Rover's blown V the 8th of may be old, but it's still a powerhouse, pulling hard from idle all the way to the 6,750 revolution per minute limiter. The acceleration is strong and seemingly relentless. And the way the Defender's chassis handles the full throttle of the engine is just as impressive as the raw performance, with a bit of the standout attitude that's common in tall, powerful SUVs. Heady acceleration is accompanied by a standout V8 soundtrack, though it's noticeably quieter than the 575 horsepower Range Rover Sport SVR. In Defender, there are fewer pops and bangs when you release the gas pedal, and the hum from the supercharger is almost completely muffled. Land Rover acknowledges that some of the cabin sounds are digitally enhanced, even though the harmonics the audience enjoys are wholly real. At idle and light cruising, great sound insulation makes the engine noise almost inaudible. At a steady 75 miles per hour, only a slight rustle of wind over the tilted windshield unsettles the car. Note that response can be inconsistent at lower engine speeds, with the small input to the accelerator sometimes reacting too aggressively. Opting for the new dynamic mode, a first for the Defender, sharpens powertrain response and pushes the 8-speed automatic to stay in lower gears. Dial back to comfort mode and the action becomes a lot less frenzied, with standard adaptive dampers offering greater compliance. Keep it in dynamic mode most of the time for the more aggressive tuning that the setup to the electronically controlled limited slip rear differential brings. On pavement, this is especially evident in slower corners, with the Defender showing an impressive willingness to change direction for something so tall and heavy. On lower grip surfaces, dynamic mode loosens up the stability control system and lets out some easily controllable oversteer under power. The V8 model has a better steering feel than the lesser Defender, with more weight on the rack and even some meaningful communication behind the assist. The large Brembo brakes, the front incorporates 6-piston calipers, provide reassuring stopping power with a pleasant, firm pedal feel.